Hello my good friends, me Geek here. Life is a perpetual struggle towards perfection, but once you find perfection, you realize that it's not it. I have these 3 amazing computers used for some proper Windows XP gaming. I also had others, but they're spare parts now, mainly because in my search for the perfect Windows XP computer, I've always struggled with various stuff. Incompatibilities, broken parts, weak components, boring components, or that some of them are too loud. Just listen to this. It's not cool. No, it is cool, but it's not silent. And I need my PC to be cool and quiet. Thanks AMD. And these are some of the games that I will be testing, starting with 2D games and ending with some demanding Windows XP games such as Oblivion. I won't be playing Oblivion on this system, I'm not that crazy, but it's a nice test for system stability, performance and hotness. And no, I will not be using 2 motherboards, that would be something special indeed, but no, not right now. This Gigabyte has the mounting thingies from the site Ninja Cooler. I hope that this time it will be easier to remove them. The motherboard I'll be using is this gorgeous, powerful and hopefully good 8-bit IP35 Pro. Good for my purpose of course. It has passive cooling, it surely has a BIOS that will enable me to downclock the CPU, and maybe some other goodies that I'm not yet aware of. I'm not going to lie, this board is a dream come true for me. One of the best manufacturers for enthusiasts builds a motherboard for one of the best sockets ever made? Yes sir, count me in. This 8-bit has power and reset buttons on the motherboard, and we have the 8-bit, let me tell you the code so you can see what's going on, status LED thing. Also this 8-bit has the best looking chokers I have ever seen. Look at this, pure unmitigated beauty. You can almost feel and smell the current that goes through it. After getting very good answers from some of you fine folks on YouTube, I've decided to go with a Core 2 Duo E6600, 2.4 GHz, 4 MB of level 2 cache, great potential for downclocking if needed. There's not much to tell about it. Socket 775 and Core 2 are my favorite combo, and my recommendation for Windows XP gaming PC. I've even made a video about it, you can find it top right or in the description. The cooler I'm going to use is the biggest one I have, Site Ninja 2, but without the fan, of course. This is the fan that I'm not going to use, it spins at 12 volts, this is going to be relevant later on. Nothing else to say, it looks good, it sounds good and it smells good. But the real and the main thing here must be the video card. This could make or break the build. And just look at this looker right here. XFX GeForce 7600 GT Fatality with 1. It has the red Fatality logo on top, black PCB and the nice pastel green on the 2 DVIs, which makes for a very pleasing aesthetic. To be honest, the cooler is not that big and imposing, I'm not so sure about its effectiveness, especially that the video card, being from XFX, has some nice overclocking applied to it, of course. XFX are known for such endeavors. I for myself had an XFX GeForce 7900 GS Extreme back in 2006 and the card was extremely overclockable, thank you guys. No Windows XP gaming system should exist without a proper creative card, and here it is, the classic ODG1. EAX3 Advanced HD Ready, model SB0160. This model does not have plated connectors, which for me is better because I can see which connector is which, and not do trial and error to see which is the output. I simply can't use a hard drive, the noise will cancel the entire passive cooling dead silent vibe that I want to have. So 512GB SSD it is. And finally the case. A cooler master, big, spacious, plenty of holes and plenty of spaces for those 0 fans I'm going to use.
Geek, finally! How could you? I knew it! You are faking your videos! I just found a fan!
Before building the system, I really need to clean and change the paste for this video card. We don't want it to run hot and catch on fire, right? Yeah, removing the cooler was absolutely horrendous. I don't know if it's me or the bad design, but it took me around 20 minutes to do so. The cooler thingy was removed quite fast and added on the 8-bit board quite badly. First, it took me 10 minutes to screw all the screws, and second, I mounted the mounting brackets in the wrong direction. Back to the drawing board. As I've said in other videos, I'm clumsy. I'm only good with the mouse and with the keyboard. In rest, I'm your average Joe. And yet again, I'm adding all the stuff inside the case without testing the system first. But I'm sure that this time it won't return to bite me. There was nothing out of the ordinary while building the system. The motherboard fits quite well from the first try because the case is pretty big. I did not have any problems related to screws plus standoffs, which is a first, I think. Most of the time there is one screw that won't fit the standoff. The only hard thing was to insert the CPU power cable because the connector is right at the top of the motherboard and the Ninja cooler almost covers the connector. The video card and the sound card fit perfectly. The SSD does not have a proper resting place, so I'm going to use just a screw, but it's okay. I had some issues with the optical drive holders, but nothing too fancy. Cables and I'm done. After some back and forth trying to start the computer, changing the RAM, resetting the BIOS, and just powering off and on a few times, the system started successfully. Okay, 60 degrees Celsius and idle. Not good. Let's run some 3D Mark 2001 SE and see some temperatures under load. The CPU stays at 50 degrees. Wait a second. From now on, remember, all temperatures are in the proper measurement, degrees Celsius, from the one that invented it, Anders Celsius, who was an astronomer? Okay. And now, the moment we've been all expecting, 120 degrees. Thanks, Anders. This is not good at all. But let me make an educated guess, please. The GPU frequency stays the same, no throttling. So that's why I believe that the sensor is not working properly. Yeah, but as I've said, the video card, although passive, it has some overclocking applied to it. Why? I really don't know. It's like it was built for premature death or something. Let's see now the worst case scenario, which is running Oblivion at 1600 by 1200 maximum settings, no fans, no lowered frequencies, no nothing. Only the case has some enhancements. It's open. I left the game to idle around 10 minutes and the CPU reached 72 degrees, although it does not throttle. The frequency is still 2.4 GHz. The GPU on the other hand reaches some nice 129 degrees with no throttling or bursting into flames. Okay, I've downclocked the core to 550 and the memory to 1.2 GHz and now we have around 100 degrees. It's still not good, but don't forget that these might be some wrong readings. What's next in my journey to reach 60-80 degrees? First, the CPU was running at default voltages and frequencies. Let's bring them down. Right, 8-bit? 8-bit? Okay. Oh, so you're telling me that one of the go-to boards when it comes to changing voltages does not allow them going down, it only goes up? I can't lower the voltages, my friends. Someone should have pointed that out to me. I've decided to add the Side Ninja fan on the cooler. Now the PC does not have passive cooling anymore. End of video. Thank you all for watching. What's that, 8-bit? You can lower the voltages for the fans? Oh, okay. 6.5 volts is the minimum. We're going with that. And just listen to this. Dead silent. Perfect. Okay, my friends. Let's game and see the results. The first game is Diablo 2, which is a 2D game. First, playing CD games defeats the entire purpose of having a silent PC, because the optical drive is going to get crazy. But you can do this. Insert the CD, start the game, remove the CD, enjoy the good and quiet life. Okay, we're getting somewhere, finally. Is the PC 100% silent? No, unfortunately I used my bronze Seasonic power supply instead of the gold Seasonic one, but this video will have a follow-up, believe me. Diablo 2 runs smoothly, no freezes, no stutters, it's perfect. Temperatures? 58 degrees for the video card, there you go. But this is a 2D game, let's move to 3D. A game from 2003 that should feel right at home on a 7600 GT. 1280 by 1024, the maximum resolution and maximum settings. Let's ride the storm. I'm going to do the same trick. Insert the CD, start the game, and the optical drive has some issues. Perfect 60 FPS, no pesky fan noises, 44 degrees for the CPU, perfection. Also, I have 79 degrees maximum for the video card. So, if the temperature sensor is broken and 120 degrees were not real 120 degrees, then how much real degrees do 79 fake degrees translate into? Moving to 2004, Unreal Tournament 2004 runs like a champion on this system, all settings maxed out. The CPU is not even sweating, 47 degrees, and the frames stay between 150 and 200. This PC is perfect for playing games while using the speakers, it's just you, the clicks and the game. 90 fake degrees for the video card, with the fan on and the lowered frequencies. GTA San Andreas was released in 2005 and is somehow easier on the CPU. The same, 1600 by 1200 maximum settings, and I have around 45 degrees for the Core 2 Duo. The game runs great, no stutters, the only annoying thing is that awful motion blur that I can't disable. Why? Also, don't try this at home. And don't waste your life. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. After testing the good old bad draw distance in this game, man, it looks awful. Maxing out the drawing distance fixes some issues, but the performance becomes unbearable, even for retro standards. The CPU is okay, around 45 degrees, and the video card around 90. Yeah, this PC needs some finishing touches. Another motherboard so I can underclock the CPU, another video card so I can properly see the temperatures, another power supply for 100% passive cooling, and no optical drive. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't use passive systems and stay cool.